The company that we chose in public listed company is Kind Holdings Berhad. If you want to know, Kind Holdings Berhad was established in 1961 and the founder is Cheng King Fa. With his clear vision in this business, Kind Holdings Berhad was flourished and in the late 70s, developed to include the manufacture of electrical accessories and lamps. Kind Holdings Berhad is an investment holding company, while its scale of electrical home appliance and distribution of industrial electrical products. Kind is one of the leading manufacturers of electrical appliances and a major provider of all types of general fans and home consumer fan products in Malaysia. As you guys can see today, Kind has become a successful Malaysian brand well in the international scene with presence in over 58 countries around the world, and it has been one of the most successful homegrown electrical home appliance manufacturers in Malaysia and abroad. Actually, in the industrial electrical front, Kind acts as a one-stop provider for electrical and environmental solutions that includes integrated solutions to homes, schools, factories, shopping centers, and many more.
Kamda Sdn Bhd was founded in 1972 in Malaysia. Well-known in shirt and textile industry, for generations Kamda was known for its quality of clothing products and textile. Kamda is also known for its furniture fabrics, textile fabrics, interior designer clothing, as well as uniform clothing. Kamda has been growing for 44 years. Kamda Group Berhad always has the mission of achieving and maintaining leadership in fashion, fabrics, and including home decor. Manufacturing products to high quality standards, continuous improvements, and also meeting and exceeding customers' expectations. Fact key, Kamda Sdn Bhd employed 1,300 staff in 29 nationwide outlets in Malaysia. Besides that, this company also supplies fabrics to hotel, service apartment, hospital, and houses. Kamda has objectives and goals which are always innovative, focus on customers' needs, and have quality consciousness. This company will always focus not only on product quality, but also on quality management. Emphasize the value of satisfaction, operate through teamwork, and fulfill social responsibility.
The liquidity ratio used to measure a business' ability to pay short-term financing and meet its expected cash. This ratio is very important because failure to settle this liability result in the firm being declared bankruptcy. Actually, there are two types of liquidity ratio, which is current ratio and quick ratio. Current ratio is used to measuring the level of the current assets that can be affordable to repay current liabilities. The higher the current ratio, the stronger the firm's ability to pay back short-term debt. The current ratio for the Kind Holdings Berhad is 1.87. It shows that the company obtained RM1 ringgit 87 current assets for every RM1 ringgit current liabilities. Meanwhile, the current ratio for Kamda Group and Berhad is 2.36, and it means that the company obtained 202 ringgit 36 cents current asset for every RM1 ringgit current liabilities. The quick ratio is a way to measure the ability of cash and near cash asset without inventory to cover current liabilities. This ratio gives emphasis to real liquidity through the exclusion of inventory value, because inventory is difficult to convert to cash. The higher the quick ratio, the stronger the firm's ability to get the cash and near cash. Meanwhile, for Kamda Group and Berhad is 0.20, and it means that the company cannot get rid of the debt because the amount that the company prepaid is less than RM1 ringgit of current liability, which is RM26. One we can compare between these two companies in current ratio is Kamda Group and Berhad has the highest current ratio, which is 2.36%, compared to Kind Holdings Berhad, which is 1.87%. But both of the companies have shown how well they manage their short-term financing, including the inventory. The Kamda Group and Berhad has done a very good job in determining their liquidity than Kind Holdings Berhad. For the quick ratio, Kind Holdings Berhad have the highest ratio, which is 1.23% compared to Kamda Group and Berhad. It means that Kind Holdings Berhad have shown how well they manage their short-term financing without including inventory compared than Kamda Group and Berhad.
The first ratio and the activity ratio is a inventory turnover ratio. It is a financial ratio that shows how many times a company has sold and replaced the inventory during a specified period. By calculating inventory turnover, companies make better decisions on marketing, manufacturing, pricing, and purchasing new inventory. Low turnover suggested a weak sale or possibly surplus in inventory. On the other side of the coin, a high turnover ratio means either strong sale or insufficient inventory. For Kamda Group and Berhad, with cost of goods sold at RM66,312 and 255,000 divided by RM126,892,261 and 50 cents worth of average inventory, Kamda Group Berhad inventory turnover ratio stands at 0.52. For Kind Holdings Berhad, the company cost of goods sold is RM324,244,000 divided by its average inventory, which is at RM78,344,000, resulting that its inventory turnover ratio is at 4.19. Comparing the ratios both of this company, it was clear that Kin Holdings Berhad inventory turnover ratio is far greater than Kamda Holdings Berhad at 4.19 and 0.52 respectively. This means that Kin Holdings Berhad is better and faster at selling their inventory. The second ratio under activity ratio is total asset turnover ratio. It is used to measure the value of a company's sale to the value of its assets. It also may be used as to gauge the efficiency of a company by using its asset to generate sales. The greater the asset turnover ratio, the better the company is at generating revenue from the assets. On the opposite side, if a certain company has a low asset turnover ratio, it may suggest that the company is poor at using its asset to generate sales. For Kamda Group and Berhad, the company's sales were reported as much as 109,921 and 276 ringgit, and then was divided by average total assets, which sitting at 327,546,953. With those numbers, the company's total asset turnover ratio was valued at 0.36. For Kin Holdings Berhad, they has a sales reported at 478,999,000 and was divided by average total assets at 294,698,000. The company's total asset turnover ratio is 1.63. From the comparison made, Kin Holdings Berhad turns over its asset at a faster rate compared to Kamda Group and Berhad. Kamda's total assets turnover ratios may suggest that the company may be experiencing stagnant sales and not using its assets effectively, while Kin Holdings Berhad had a better sale and used their assets effectively to increase their sales. The third ratio under activity ratio is account receivable turnover ratio. It is an accounting measure that was used to evaluate how effective a company was in collecting its account receivable, or in other words, the money that were owed by their customers or client. It also evaluates how fast the short-term debt was collected. The higher the account receivable turnover ratio means the better or more efficient a company is at collecting their receivables. The account receivable ratio was also used to measure whether the company is on the same level or better with their competitors. Kamda Group and Berhad recorded a net sale with total of Rm 109,931,276 divided by the company's average trade receivable with value as much as Rm 3,481,613 and 50 cents. By those numbers, the account receivable turnover ratio is at 31.57. For Kin Holdings Berhad, they recorded a net sales with Rm 478,999,000 according to the 2020 annual report. The company also has average trade receivable value at Rm 88,112 and 500, and the company's account receivable turnover ratio is at 5.44. The high number of ratios suggests that Kamda Group and Berhad collection of account receivable is very efficient, and the company has a high number of quality customers that pay their debt quickly. Opposite to Kamda Group and Berhad, Kin Holdings Berhad account receivable ratio is only 5.44, which means the company's collection process is not effective, bad credit policies, or customers that are not financially stable.
Gross profit margin. Gross profit margin provides financial ratio information to manager for assessing the efficiency of the production process for a product. If the business can differentiate the direct cost of producing each product from the other, gross profit margin can be calculated for each individual product. It is also provided information to investors how much gross profit every ringgit of revenue of a company or business earns. If the company results with a higher gross profit, so investors tend to pay more for the company. Gross profit margin usually shows as a percentage of net sales. Gross profit margin is calculated by net sales minus with cost of goods sold, then divided by net sales. Stated in Kamda Group Berhad Annual Report 2020, this company earned 109,291,276 ringgit of net sales, and the cost of goods sold was 66,312,255 ringgit. Kamda Group Berhad got 0.39 or 39% of gross profit margin. For Kin Holding Berhad, the net sale was 478,999,000, and the cost of goods sold was 324,244,000. So, Kin Holding Berhad earned 0.32 or 32% of gross profit margin. In comparison, based on the calculation made, the gross profit margin of Kin Holdings Berhad and Kamda Group Berhad have a difference of 0.07 or 7%. Kamda Group Berhad has higher gross profit margin, which is 0.39, than Kin Holdings Berhad, which is 0.32. Every ringgit generated in sales, respectively, Kin Holdings Berhad has 32 cents and Kamda Group Berhad has 39 cents left over to cover basic operating expenses or loss and profit. Net profit margin. Net profit margin is a method to calculate and measure how net income is generated as a percentage of revenue received. It is providing financial information and helping investors to assess if a company's management is generating enough profit from its sales and whether overhead costs or operating costs are being contained. This net profit margin acts as an indicator of a company's overall financial health. A company with high net profit margin proves the high efficiency at converting sales into actual profit. Net profit margin is calculated by net income divided by net sales. In Kamda Group Berhad case, this company got net loss, which is 2,498,803 ringgit, and the net sales was 109,291,276 ringgit. so the net loss margin of Kamda Group Berhad is 0.02 or 2%. The Kin Holding Berhad's net income was 28,034,000, while the net sales were 478,999,000. The net profit margin for Kin Holding Berhad is 0.06 or 6%. In comparison, Kin Holdings Berhad has higher net profit margin, which is 0.06, than Kamda Group Berhad, which is negative 0.02. Every ringgit Malaysia generated by Kin Holdings Berhad in sales, the company just gives 0.06 cent as profit. While the negative ratio of Kamda Group Berhad net loss margin indicates that the company is making less money than it is spending. Return on asset is a method of how profitable a company is relative to its total asset, which is provide information to manager, investor, or analyst and idea as to how efficient a company's management is at using its asset to generate earnings. Higher in return on asset indicates more asset efficiency. For investors, they will use return on asset info to find out stock opportunities because this proves how efficient a company is at using asset to generate profits. To find out the value of return on assets, the net income should be divided by average of total asset. The average of total assets of Kamda Group Berhad was calculated. The average of total asset was 327,546,953 ringgit, while the net loss was 2,298,803 ringgit. Kamda Group Berhad earned negative 0.008 or negative 0.8% of return on assets. The same calculation method applied on Kin Holding Berhad. The value was 294,698,000. Since the net income was 28,034,000, so the value of return on asset is 0.1 or 10%. In comparison, this calculation results a big difference of 10.8% between Kamda Group Berhad and Kin Holding Berhad in terms of return on assets. Every ringgit Malaysia that Kin Holdings Berhad invested in assets generate 10% of net income. A negative return on asset of Kamda Group Berhad indicates that the company might have over-invested in assets that have failed to produce revenue growth.
Now, I will continue about leverage ratio. What is leverage ratio? Leverage ratio are financial ratio used to measure a company's capital structure, financial obligation, and its ability to clear those obligations. Leverage ratio comprise of ratio which measure the amount of debt and ability of the business entity to fulfill its financial obligations. Among the available ratio are first, debt to asset ratio. What are debt to asset ratio? It's a measure of the company's asset that are financed by debt rather than equity. Investors use the ratio to evaluate whether the company has enough funds to meet its current debt obligations and to assess whether the company can pay a return on its investment. To get debt to asset ratio, we need to divide total liabilities and total assets. Alright, when we calculate total liabilities Kin Holdings 161,601,000 ringgit with total assets 370,008,041 ringgit, we will get 0.5% equal to 50% ratio, while Kamda Group, after the calculate, we will get 0.34 equal to 34%. In comparison, the higher the ratio, the higher the degree of the leverage, and consequently, the higher the risk of investing in that company based on the table, even though Kin Holdings get 0.5 ratio, did not achieve more than 1, but we can say that Kamda Group 0.34 is more greater than Kin Holdings to able pay down the debt and be able to convince investors. Next is debt to equity ratio. The debt to equity ratio is used to evaluate a company's financial leverage and is calculated by dividing a company's total liabilities by its shareholder equity. The debt to equity ratio is an important metric used in corporate finance. It is a measure of how much of a company's operation are funded by debt as opposed to wholly owned funds. More specifically, it reflects the ability of shareholder equity to cover all outstanding debts in the event of a business downturn. Alright, when we calculate these two company to debt to equity ratio, we will get for Kin Holdings Berhad total debt 161,601,000 ringgit divided with total equity 156,240,000 ringgit, we will get 1.03, while Kamda Group we will get 0.57 ratio equal to 57%. Regarding on these two ratio, we can say that Kamda Group 0.57 ratio of investors exceeds the creditors and has a low risk company and better investment, while Kin Holdings ratio 1.03, which is higher leverage ratios, tend to indicate a company or stock with higher risk to shareholders. However, Kin Holdings is still at a level not exceeding the 5 ratio. So that's all from us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.